Pisces, how are you guys? Happy February 2017. I hope you guys had an amazing January. This isn't going to be a long one. Actually, I shouldn't even say that because I have no idea once I get flowing, right? But lately they haven't been very long just because February is already such a short month, and I've been able to get what I want to say out without having to drag it on. So as I'm dragging it on right now, I'm just going to move on. So the theme of this reading for February, there is this older water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. This could also be because you guys are a water sign already. This could just be your future self in a way, like your higher self, especially because it's an older card. It's the King of Cups. It could absolutely be your higher self that is kind of watching over with happy and positive eyes, very proud of what you've accomplished so far and what you've built, and recognizing that this hard past is all part of the progression. It's all part of the fillet of life, essentially, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to get started on this reading. The situation that February is going to bring is not necessarily a positive one. In a relationship, there was a new responsibility or talks of a new responsibility that had the potential to really break your back, to really kind of it was kind of like a dagger when it came to your optimism, when it came to your positivity. So whatever happened, that newness that came in either January or yesterday or even end of 2016, that newness that has given you a headache, that has been just a pain in your ass, pain in your back, pain everywhere, especially in a relationship. This reading is going to kind of clear the haze over it. This reading is going to kind of show us how to overcome that with positivity and with optimism. The number one advice I can give you is to either write down or, write it on your hand, write it on your mirror, write it somewhere, that this too shall pass. Because even with the good that comes in life, it's fleeting, just like the bad is. We have to take the good with the bad. That's what life is all about. We wouldn't appreciate the good if it wasn't for the bad, okay? So an obstacle in an aid is maybe considering ending something, maybe realizing that, it's run its course, you put a lot of work into it, but it's too much of a headache, okay? It's way too much of a headache, kind of like, I want to say knob, like a back breaking, bone breaking, just too much of a headache. Recognize that you might want to come to an end when it comes to this new beginning, even though it just started. Recognize that maybe something else has to end in order to free up some of that newness that came, and then maybe it won't be so backbreaking. Finish something else before you start something new, and then you won't be overwhelmed. So subconsciously, feeling like you need a rebirth, feeling like you've completely transformed yourself, which is beautiful and excellent. But like I said, definitely need to end something in order to appreciate this transformation, because right now it's feeling very stagnated. You know that you've transformed, you know that you've made some profound changes, but because they're not manifesting into your daily life, it's almost like, oh, what for? Why did I make all those changes, So recognize that maybe something needs to end in order for that transformation to manifest into your daily life. When we don't have space for newness, and when we don't have space for appreciating the newness in our life, it can feel very weighted. It can feel very stagnant, okay, and very delicate as well. You can feel like you're pulling and pulling and pulling, and there's just no forward progression. So thinking that you have this new frame of mind when it comes to your finances, like maybe you finally have a grasp on it. You did a lot of work in the past when it came to building yourself up, especially in 2016. A lot of endings in 2016, more newness in 2017, but that newness came from flexing your financial muscles. It revealed something to you. You were able to kind of put on the cap when it came to your finances and kind of take a step back when it came to the emotional side of yourself. But when we when we neglect our emotions, when we neglect our thoughts, it doesn't allow positive progression, okay? Everything is connected. Our thoughts, our emotions, as above, so below. What we're thinking, what we're feeling is being manifested out there. So if you're having negative thoughts when it comes to this new beginning, it's just going to continue to spiral out of control, okay? Something in the immediate past, feeling like the optimism is gone, feeling like that star quality that you had, that balance where you finally felt like you had a grasp on life, maybe coming to an end, and you're feeling like your wings have been clipped a little bit, okay? So recognize that. You're in a very vulnerable state right now. There is room for growth though, okay? Like I said, you're transforming a lot under the surface. You're going through some profound changes that are really changing the way that you see the world. And as a Pisces, you guys are kind of like the child of the zodiac in a way. You guys are you have this innocence to you, this compassion, this innocence, but there's so much depth as well, you know? Pisces almost because they're so fluid, because they're able to pick up on other people's cues and emotions, it's hard for them to own their own. What are your own emotions? What are you actually feeling? Because your emotional depth is absolutely profound, and it is needed for the progression of humanity and the progression of the universe. You guys need to own your own emotions and get rid of the ones that aren't yours, okay? You don't need to feel other people's pain at all times. You know, that's extremely compassionate, and it's beautiful, and I love the Pisces in my life. But when they're focused more on other people's emotions and how they're feeling, and they're not owning their own, it just wreaks havoc on your life and the lives of the people that you care about. Because, you know, for instance, you can go to Walmart and you, as an empath, you pick up somebody's emotion, you bring it home, and you get into a fight with your spouse. Now your spouse is in a bad mood. You know, you spread that. So maybe only have, if you realize that you're very susceptible to other people's emotions, it might be time to do some cutting when it comes to the relationships in your life. If you're realizing that, you know, a friend or a partner or a work colleague is just really lower vibration, and every time you're around them, you just feel, ugh, it might be time to sever that relationship just for your own peace of mind. And I absolutely can understand and empathize that that's not always the easiest scenario or the easiest situation to just cut yourself off from that person. But sometimes if we do it spiritually, it ends up being a lot easier to do it physically. So Saint Germain's Violet Flame is an excellent tool, spirit guide to call upon. You first, of course, always call upon your spirit guides, your angels, Archangel Michael, and have that protective white light around you. And then you can call upon Saint Germain's Violet Flame, and just throw that person or that situation who's low vibe into the violet flame and transmute it into a place of love. And that'll cleanse your aura. That'll cleanse the etherical cords that you have attached to that person or to that situation, so that you can finally move on and spread your wings, okay? So future card, this is looking exactly like a spread I just read for. And it's when we are focused on our finances, we start to feel really destitute. You know, we go from a place of whimsical, whatever, optimism, it'll all work out, to maybe I should focus on my finances. And then when you get there, it can feel like, oh my God, how have I been doing this for so long? Because it's like, it kind of is like blowing the whistle on your finances so far, and your sense of empowerment so far, and your material wealth so far, and realizing that the more you focus on them, the more you're realizing that, you know, money is not what it used to be when it came to giving you that happiness, that empowerment, that sense of peace, and that sense of prosperity. It's almost like you've been looking at the world through this mosaic, through these rose-colored glasses, which is what Pisces absolutely do, which is absolutely beautiful, but it's static and it's not clear. Okay, once we start to remove that haze, we'll start to realize that, yeah, it's this new burden, this new thing has been a burden, but if we just change our frame of mind and get back to this optimistic feeling that we had before, and realize that we're going through some profound transformations, we can get away from this feeling of destitute and actually start to feel more empowered, okay? So you right now, newness is coming, and it's great. It's absolutely uplifting. It's positive. It's growth. It's building. That absolutely is coming, and that is based on this new responsibility. So if new money is coming in and you're feeling like this new money is like killing you, is it really worth it? It's really changing the way you see finances, and you're saying, well, I have this new money, this new job, this new whatever, but it's killing me, and now I don't even look at money the same way. I resent money. Of course it's going to lead us here. Of course we're going to have anger and resentment when it comes to finances, because this new money that came in, this new sense of empowerment that came in, is a pain in the back, and you're really considering whether or not it's even worth it, and you're wondering if maybe you should just call it quits. But recognize that acknowledgement is actually helping you. So see those thoughts through, trail it through. Family and friends, moving away from the family and friends that are low vibe, that aren't serving your highest purpose. You know who they are. Just turn your back on them with love. Like, you can walk away with love. There doesn't have to be some sort of blow up. There doesn't have to be some sort of dramatic separation. It could just be, you know, like, this might sound bad, but maybe just ignore a few calls and just focus on yourself just for a day. You know, when I broke my cell phone, I was completely free, and February 14th marks 1 year without a cell phone for me, and I just feel completely in the moment. And I'm what I've noticed out of the year of being cell phone free is that I don't get people's 100% attention, but they get 100% of mine, because when I'm talking to someone and they twitch, and I know that it's because their phone went off, their phone vibrated, or they heard a phone, or they're wondering about their phone, or they just want to reconnect with their phone, they're not in the present moment, and I feel completely shunned. I feel like I've been taken from. I feel like it's not an equal exchange. So I'm urging you guys, and Pisces can do this, and I haven't mentioned this in any other video, but a Pisces can do this. Turn off your phone for a day. Consciously turn off your phone, get off the internet, and just reconnect with yourself, reconnect with nature. When's the last time you went out and just played? You know, Pisces loves to dive deep. Maybe go swimming, go near water, and just get back, and you'll start to feel a sense of relief, and maybe you'll never turn your cell phone back on. Maybe it'll be like a whole new game changer for you. All I know is that I am never getting a cell phone again. No, thank you. Hope and fear. So you definitely want to have that positivity back. You definitely want to have that optimism back, but it's also kind of fearful, because Pisces like to dive deep. They like to get into that, I want to say, depressed, isolated, you know, mode, because sometimes it can feel really, really good and justifiable to be depressed. So you kind of fear pulling yourself out of that slump, because it's like, well, what does that mean? I'm so fixed into this this feeling of depression, this emotional, you know, this emotional being who's just kind of wishy-washy and scale-like, and who's, you know, doing good, doing really well on the outside, but, you know, internally you're dying here. Internally you're feeling like you need some transformation. So don't fear the world. Don't fear the changes that come with transformation. Embrace them, because life is a dance. Life is such a beautiful, beautiful dance. It keeps you on your toes. It's a wonderful, magnificent world, if only we would just embrace it. Okay, Pisces, I know that you can do that. Outcome, more of a focus on your finances at home, more of a focus on what you've built so far, more of a focus on, you know, grounding yourself, kind of tying up your shoelaces here and just getting back to the bare bones of life. That's all well and good, as long as it's coming from a positive place, because like I said, when you have resentful feelings about finances, that can really wreak havoc on your life, and it makes it hard to embrace these changes and these transformations. Okay, but otherwise, February is looking really good for you, Pisces. I hope that you guys have an amazing February. I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much for the comments, for the likes, for the shares, for the subscriptions. I am so eternally blessed and grateful that this is my job now, and I love getting on this platform and talking and reading with you guys. It's been such an incredible experience, and I'm so happy that I'm able to share that with you. So thank you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in March for your birthday celebrations. I have some Pisces friends' birthdays coming up, so I look forward to doing a very uplifting and inspiring March reading for you guys that will be longer than the 16 minutes that this video is. Have an amazing February. I will see you guys in March, and please don't feel afraid to reach out if you need to talk about anything, about how to overcome this this pain, this backbreakingness. Love you guys. Have an amazing February. Talk soon. Bye, guys.